Hello, welcome to my videos. In this time I'm going to talk about the MLB 24 week, where yesterday finished the 23 week of games in MLB, and today we'll start the 24 week of the games. So in this, I just want another question. There is just 2 weeks left to so the MLB regular season ends and starts the postseason, the best stage of the MLB in my opinion. So this time, like the other weeks videos, I'm going to talk about how are the MLB standings in the American League, National League, and how is the wildcard race in both leagues. So let's start first, like always, with the American League in the East Division. Here is just to win this division. There is two between just two teams, the Baltimore Orioles and the Tampa Bay Rays. Here is just a different the two game difference from Tampa Bay to the Baltimore Ravens. Remember that the Baltimore Ravens in this moment they are the second best team in the league and the best team here in the American League. Remember that the Baltimore Orioles have been leading this division since 6 weeks ago. So these two teams, the Baltimore and the Tampa Bay, are gonna to be in the playoffs. Just one as a division championship, as a division champion, and the other as a wild card. And in this moment, the Toronto Blue Jays are the last team in the wildcard race. They are the tier wildcard, and they are holding that position. And the Boston and the Yankees are eliminated because they are 7 games different, 7 games at disadvantage against the Toronto Rays. So maybe these three teams are going to be in the playoffs. And in the Central Division, the Minnesota Twins are gonna to be in the playoffs. It looks like they have been created an advantage of 7-5 games with 2 weeks of game, like around 10 games or games left. So it looks like that the Minnesota Twins are gonna to qualify to the playoffs because they are gonna to win this division, and the rest of the team, Cleveland and Detroit, they have little possibilities to enter to playoffs and win this division, are not gonna to qualify. So Cleveland, Detroit, Chicago White Sox, and Kansas City are eliminated, and the Minnesota Twins are gonna to win this division. And in the best division in this moment, the American League division. In this moment, the Houston Astros are leading this division with record 83-64. Remember that the Houston Astros are leading this division since the last week, because remember that the last 3 to 4 weeks, this division has been very close between these three teams, the Houston, the Texas, and the Seattle. You can see here where there is just a different 1.5 games between the Houston and the third place, that in this moment is the Seattle. In this moment, the Houston are qualifying as a division champion, and the Texas and the and Texas in this moment is inside of the playoffs, and the Seattle are fighting against the Toronto Blue Jays to enter to the playoffs. So this will be a very good race ending, and maybe one of these three teams, and any of these three teams, the Houston, the Texas, and the Seattle, can qualify to the playoffs as a champion of this division, and the other two enter as a wild card, or one of these three teams be out of the playoffs. And the Anaheim, and Oakland are eliminated. And in the National League, in the East Division, the Atlanta Braves yesterday clinched a spot in the playoffs and won the division, where they have the best record in the MLB with record 96-50, and they won the East Division yesterday. In the second place in this moment are the Philadelphia Phillies with record 79-67. In this moment, they are the best wildcard team in the National League. and the Miami are fighting to enter in the playoffs. And in the Central Division, the Milwaukee Brewers have been leading this division since 4 weeks ago. They have recorded 81-64, and they have 4 games leading against the Chicago Cubs and 6 game leading against the Cincinnati. So in this moment, the Chicago Cubs are in the playoffs. We recorded 78-69, and the Cincinnati Reds in this moment are in or are fighting to enter to the playoffs. And Pittsburgh and St. Louis are eliminated. And in the last division, in the West National Division, Los Angeles Dodgers are still leading this division. We record 88-57. They are gonna to win this division again. They have 30-game advantage against the Arizona Diamondbacks, and maybe the next week or in 2 weeks they are gonna to win this division and clinch a spot in playoffs and enter to playoffs. It's the same, right? And Arizona and San Francisco are fighting to enter, or they are in the wildcard race. So this in the National League, the wildcard race is better, and San Diego and Colorado are eliminated. And in the how are the position? First, the leaders in the American League are the Baltimore in the East, the best team, we record 91-54. The second place are the Houston Astros, we record 83-64, and the third best division leader are the Minnesota Twins with record 76-70. And in the wildcard race, the first spot is for the Tampa Bay Rays with record 90-57. They are almost in the playoffs, and the race will be between 3 teams: the Texas Rangers, the Seattle Mariners, and the Toronto Blue Jays. So you can see here the difference, just a game difference between these 3 teams from the Texas to the Toronto. So any one of these 3 teams is gonna to be eliminated of the playoffs. So maybe this can be defining in the last day of the season, or maybe can play a game to define who is going to win in or to be out. But at this moment, the Texas and the Seattle are in, and Toronto is out. And the rest of the team, Boston and New York, and the rest are eliminated. So the race is just between these 3 teams. And in the National League, the division leader, the best team in the National League and the MLB are the Atlanta Braves. We record 96-50. They clinched a spot in the playoffs. They won the East Division. The second best team in this league are the Los Angeles Dodgers. We record 88-57, and the third best leader team are the Milwaukee Brewers. We record 81-64. You can see here in the wildcard race in the National League is closer than the American League. You can see here the leader are the Philadelphia Phillies, with record 79-67, and the second wildcard team are the Chicago Cubs with record 78-61. But you can see here 4 teams: the Arizona, the Cincinnati, the Miami, and the San Francisco. Have almost the same record. Arizona and Cincinnati have the same record, and Miami and San Francisco, they are just 5 games behind the Arizona Cincinnati. But remember that they have a less game. Maybe if Miami and San Francisco won today or tomorrow when they play, these 4 teams are going to be tied. So I don't know what will happen if 4 teams in the end of the regular season tie. I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe they are going to fight two games to define the last 2 spots. So you can see in this moment, Philadelphia and Chicago are in, and Arizona and Cincinnati will need to play a extra game, the game 163, to define the 3rd spot. So in this moment, Arizona, Cincinnati, Miami, and San Francisco are fighting to enter to 1 spot in the wildcard race, and the rest of the team are eliminated. So here was my opinion and my analysis. How are the MLB standings after 23 weeks of game? See you next video. Gibran.